Hey, besties. Let's throw some shade, honey. You ready to get into it? So, Belle Collective has been renewed for a new season, which is great. So, there's a few things that came to mind. Number one, if we are going to go into a new season of the Belle Collective, JJ, we need to see a new hairstyle. Cut the pigtails, let the ponytails go, let the four braids or the little pom pom on the top with the two braids in the back, the barrettes, the beads, the rubber bands, the twists, the braids. Can we just let it go? Because, baby, I've been observing the top of your head, and yeah, it's time to let it go. I'm seeing a sunroof on the top, JJ. Those parts, those two braids in the back, the parts are very wide, JJ. You are losing your hair. It's called balding, JJ. Now, besties, wouldn't you guys love to see some throwback pictures of JJ from back in the day? Because I know JJ wore a curl. I know he has Shirley curls, you know, the Shirleys. I know he was rocking some finger waves. I just know it. He didn't have all the styles. Or besties, do y'all think that JJ just been wearing four ponytails for 30 years? Okay, so and also for a new season, you know how this season looks like we dug into So Gucci's life, you know, bringing in Selena and opening that up. We need to get more into that, which we love. She's, brought her daughter on, and we got to meet her granddaughter, and that's nice. Okay, great. And so with that, Selena's opening up and kind of telling us about her life. She's a good addition, I guess. I don't see a problem with having her there. But I hope this is not like leeway for Coleslaw to come on to Love and Marriage Huntsville, even though we know that will never happen. But I don't know if Carlos Keen is making it seem like, see, Selena's on Belle Collective and it's not a problem, but because Carlos, his new thing is he don't protect black women, he don't protect his cast. So I don't know what he's doing, but we will see. Now, what I want to say is, if we're gonna talk about, and I see how like Akeisha's on and Willie's more present, and he's trying to get, establish his relationship with the guys, and I like the guys having their input with the show, which is great. Love that. But we're gonna need to learn some more about you, Akeisha. We know about the health scare, but being that that's just menopause, we need to see what else is going on. You start off the season at Ferris Street. We ain't been back over there since. So, yeah, we need to dig into more about what you got going on. That would be nice. Who else is sharing? Marie, we need to know what's going on with the break in, but I guess Bell Collective has a reunion. So, I guess they'll get into that. So, Tambra, Tambra, hi, girl. Hi, girl. Hey. I know you're a new mom and you don't want to bring your baby around and blah, blah, blah. But we need to get more into your life. We need to see you at home, how your day goes with the baby daddy, with your parents. Maybe you should plan something at your house and have the Bells come over. JJ's kids got grandkids. D got a kid. I mean, there's some little kids around. Marie got a young daughter. So yeah, we need to dig more into Akeisha and Tambra. Okay, what else? Well, oh, one more thing, y'all. The intro. Okay, new season, new intro, please. I don't like that Latrice is asking me to come here. What do you want, Latrice? What do you mean come here? What do you want? I don't like that. And honey, Akeisha, y'all already know. Akeisha, that little shimmy, that shimmy, 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 and then with the tongue out, with the tongue sticking out, no ma'am. And she even addressed that in an interview and just said like they were just playing around and that was not supposed to make the final cut, and it did because you already know who her executive producer is. So that was that. That's that what's going on with Belle Collective. Whew. Are y'all ready for the intro, or should we just go into the show? Because I done already talked 5 minutes. Well, welcome, besties. You are now behind the shade. Thanks for joining me. I recap your favorite reality shows weekly, and now let's kiki and get into another episode of the Belle Collective, Season 5, Episode 7. The D is no longer silent. Do we like the title of this episode? Yes, because it represents So Gucci's daughter asking for what she needs, and we're moving in that direction. Yes, we're here for it. How about you rate this week's episode? Hey, Belle Collective is bringing it. I am interested. I not once stopped to look at my phone, pause, and come back, and I'll give it a 10. I'm serious. I'm gonna give it a 10. I think it was, yeah, let's say a 10, because you know I like what? Resolve. Um, they did pretty well this season, far as when you just think about it. Marie and Tamara are back cool. Latrice and Letitia, Latrice says she's gonna be cautious, but she's moving forward. Her and Marie are almost there. Selena and So Gucci have resolved, and so that means that maybe next season JJ will get cool with his daughters. So we're making progress. Even Cliff is trying to like Willie, because they didn't like him. He said he gonna give him a shot. But did y'all see the previews for next week? I know next week is the season finale. Did y'all see how it looks like Glenn is gonna try to get into an altercation physically with Willie? Now, child, Glendale Pearson, you are a $105 wet. You can't fight Willie, sir. Stop it. The ratio, the height size ratio is not even, no, it ain't gonna work. So anyway, besties, don't forget to comment. Drop your comments in the comment section. Let me know what you thought about this week's episode. Like the video, share my video, please, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Make sure your notification bell is on. Ding dong. Just so you will know each and every time I post content. Okay. So episode 7. So Sophia and Selena are in the pool, in New Orleans. So they're talking. Now, remember last week, So Gucci, Sophia, Shantae told everybody, can y'all leave? I was like, I like her. And I'm beginning to like Gucci. So Gucci, I do like her. So Gucci tells Selena that they both were full of emotion at the wig event, and they just need to come to a common ground. Selena says at the mixer, she was like, you had a problem with me being there. Okay. And she was like, well, you charged at me. And it seemed like you had no intentions on speaking to me. Well, Selena, that's where you was in the wrong, because you made sure to go over there and make it be known that you were there. You threw yourself into her space and making it uncomfortable for her. And you was like, you made her speak to you. You knew she wasn't going to acknowledge you. You knew she wasn't even trying to look your way. She was just trying to be cool. She was like, I ain't going to fool with her. And you pushed that. You got it to where it is. That is your fault, girl. Okay. You knew she didn't want to speak, but you made her. And that's what happens. So you need to stop doing that. So Gucci says their versions of the story are different. She said, I pressed charges because I needed medical attention. She was like, I was upset. Like, you hit me. And so she said, my guards are up now because you be hitting people. Like, you have no problem with putting your hands on me. And so Selena was like, why your guards up? What you mean, why? She said, I left there with a knot on my head, but you charged at me. I'm not I'm not going there with you. I'm not going to do this back and forth with you. Well, I don't have an issue with you. And if you're gonna be at all the Belle gatherings, and so Selena said, girl, I've been friends with them. I've been being at the Belle gatherings. You the new one who just started coming to the Belle gatherings, sweetheart. You are the new booty in town. so um so Gucci's like, well, I'm trying to be on common ground with you for the kids so they can have a relationship with their dad. Okay, which is fine. She said, but they can't until they have a relationship with you first. Ain't that what you said? And she was like, well, you gotta talk to him about that. And she was like, no, you as a wife, why don't you tell him that that's not okay with what you want? Don't be putting words in my mouth. So Gucci, girl, instead of saying that, say what you want. Well, I guess she did when she said, I want them to be on common ground. But repeat that part. Don't be like, I didn't say that. Because now you're getting a little, she might hit you again. Watch your tone, so Gucci. So she said, I'm trying to convince my husband to have a relationship with your girls. And why did she say your girls like they're not their girls? Anyway, so Selena's like, well, I'm going off with what you said. Well, it seems like you still have an attitude. And Selena said, baby, you the one cursing. And so Gucci's like, well, it's your facial expression. And Selena's like, I'm smiling. Cheese. Child, the pettiness on the outside at the pool is insane. So inside, no onion cutting Marie is making the ladies hamburgers because they went to brunch earlier. They hungry now. They've been drinking and they hungry. So they throwing hamburgers on the grill. Marie can't get this onion together. I'm like, girl, you better let somebody else do it. And I'm looking for the cheese. There's no cheese in sight. They're just gonna have hamburgers. And they can't believe that Marie is making burgers for Latrice. And I can't believe it either because, honey, Marie will make a point to be, negative, and so she's giving in like, hey. And what I thought about too? And I said, sometimes it pays to go on these trips, little getaways, because you get to kind of connect better with a person. And I think that's what's happening here in New Orleans, being that everybody's out of their comfort zone. They have to get along to get along, play along to get along, I'll say. And Marie is playing along. Like she knows she is not on her common ground and she got to get along. And I love that for her. Maybe she's maturing, because before she was going through some things, she was divorcing. Her mother was coming up missing all the time. And now that she's had more accolades, maybe she's more settled down. Hold on, besties. I need some water. Whew, that was good. So Latrice says Marie hurt her feelings. And Marie was like, you hurt me. And so Latrice's like, well, you put a lot of stuff in the world. She's talking about social media, like being on Twitter. And so Latrice says they started off wrong. And so it's been going downhill ever since. Like her and Marie just never was on a good foot. Marie says Latrice feeds into social media. And Latrice thinks Marie feeds into the social media, the comments and all that. And you said, and I heard, and they said, and you reposted, and you liked, and just all that drama. So outside, Selena is telling So Gucci that she's not angry, she's hurt. And she says she has been holding so much in over the years, and she is crying. And so Gucci says, if they will work on their relationship, everything will fall into place. And I'm just sitting here like, if as the wife, I had my husband had an ex-wife. I didn't have to be, I don't know. I don't want struggle relationships. I'm not trying to be your friend. Cordial is enough. You know what I'm saying? Smile, hi, how you doing? Cordial is enough. I'm not hugging you. I'm not putting my good energy on your negative, bitter self. Well, she was very bitter. But anyway, back to them. Not enough about me. Back to them. But I don't want a relationship with an ex. We can be cordial. You can have my number, but we're not gonna be kikiing. Don't be texting me talking about, hey girl, you want to go get your feet done? We're not doing that. It's a hey girl, um, I know y'all on your way to the baby's birthday party. Can you make sure you bring whoop de woo woo woo? You know, like that. But we not no relationship. So they think everything will fall into place. They both apologize. So Gucci apologized because she's hurt, because Selena's hurt. So they hug like a real good old hug too. So there is something there. Selena apologizes also for beating her up. I don't fight, but you came at me and I got to defend myself, girl. Selena, you had all the smoke, honey, and I'm going to leave that at that. So Gucci tells her this will take some time because JJ is still mad, honey. So inside, Latrice gets her burger. She gonna pray over it because Marie's making it, and she said her burger was good. It was so good. So Gucci and Selena come inside, and they tell them that they are good now, and everyone is clapping like yay. And so Maria said, "Oh, the good Lord fixed it. Fix this family. Heal them, Jesus." And so then Tamara said it must be something in the New Orleans water, and Letitia's like, the ancestors have answered her prayers. And that's good because tension is not comfortable. It's even like when two people, I said, like So Gucci, Selena, and JJ, they got their issues. It's not comfortable being around them and all of that. Some of them, one of them, it's just not comfortable for everybody. Marie asked, did y'all hug it out? That's all I wanted. Did y'all hug it out? So Gucci was acting like they didn't and they wasn't all that cool, right? And then did y'all see Selena pushed her like, girl, you better stop playing. And I'm like, see, Selena, you need to stop. That's why the girl took you to court. Keep your hands off of that girl. Like, keep your hands off of her. What if you would have pushed her to where she didn't like that? Y'all not, I don't think you guys are cool enough to be, we ain't cool enough yet, girl. You be pushing on me. See, that's why you gotta be careful about who you hugging. So just something I picked. I was like, oh no, so they didn't push her. So she was trying to act like they didn't get along. And so she tells them they did, and everyone is just cheering and clapping and just so happy that they have finally made amends. So Selena, like, I'm about to get this shot, and I'm about to bounce before these men come back. And she like, yep, because my husband don't even know you here. So when the guys do get back, Letitia's like, oh, can I please tell y'all something? She could not wait. They couldn't even put their drinks down. She was like, well, Marie made Latrice a burger. And they was like, what? Okay, wait, what? Okay, what? Oh, okay. And when JJ walked in, he was like, something smell good. I ain't got to cook nothing. So, honey, Marie, what did you do to them burgers, honey? I know they must have had some seasonings. Now, what I learned from Tamar Braxton, she called them ghetto burgers or something. Okay, guys, so like when you're frying your burger, turkey burger, chicken burger, beef burger, whatever, cut the onions and put the onions under the patty. Like maybe cook one side of the burger, then when you flip it over, flip it on top of the onions so the onions can go into the patty. I do that now, and it is so much better. So thank you, Tamar. Okay, so they all like, what? Okay, they back cool. Okay, good. Okay, so so then she says, well, so Gucci and Selena talked. Skirt. They did what? Who what? That's what JJ said. JJ is shaking his head. God darn it. He said he can't win for losing. He said this must be a woman thing. And I'm like, JJ, you have been surrounded by women all your life and you still are. You got a mama, you have an ex-wife, you have a wife, you have a stepdaughter, you have 3 daughters. Your stepdaughter has a daughter. You are around women all the time. You should know how this thing works. And why are you so gun ho about not wanting to be cool with your daughters? I'm gonna teach them a father lesson. You're the one losing time, precious time. And the way people are leaving this earth left and right at any age for any reason, you better stop, homie. And how come, like, where are his uncles and father and stepdad and godfather? Why is no one talking sense into JJ? Like, he's not that old where he just know all be all. Somebody should be able to go, bruh. How come Cliff ain't telling him, like, bruh, you need to go and work that out? Because isn't Cliff the oldest out of everybody? So all the couples go to their bedrooms to pack because they're leaving the next day or whatever, heading back to Mississippi. MISSISSIPPI. Willie is telling Akeisha that he's the new villain. They call him an a-hole. And Cliff called him the new Marie. Marie was like, what I gotta do with this? He doesn't know what to expect from Cliff and Glenn, but he just wants a level of respect. But if you saw the previews for next week, honey, that goes out the window. Latrice tells Cliff her and Marie had a convo. And so she said, I really believe in leaving people where they are, and that's that. And they know JJ gonna be mad about Selena and So Gucci talking. So Gucci's in the room talking to JJ about the talk with Selena. He over there. He not talking, but he is listening. And he is thinking, honey. Them ponytails is steaming, honey. Child, the grease is popping and dripping down his forehead. He is hot as a firecracker. You can see the scalp turning red. So he letting her talk as he's packing. He's putting phone chargers in a freezer bag. A freezer bag. I'll get to that in a minute. So he tells So Gucci, well, it's not about her. It's about my grandchildren and what we gonna have for them. And he don't have to have no relationship with Selena because his daughters are grown. And I'm like, well, JJ, you have to have a relationship with your daughters because your grandkids are not grown. And why don't you want to have a relationship with your kids? They didn't beat up So Gucci. Your ex-wife hit her. I understand you are mad about that situation, but if Gucci, why am I calling her So Gucci? If So Gucci is trying to make amends, you should be able to go, okay, hun, this is the gateway to you getting back cool with your kids. We all know that you do not need to have a relationship with Cliff's ex-girlfriend. That's what he said at the end of the show. I said, wait, what? She you and Cliff's ex, boy. But it's like, JJ, you have to have a relationship with your daughters. It is imperative. They need you, you need them. They are your C's. Them 3 girls look just like you, JJ. Just like you. They your number ones. And I know you miss them. I know you over there lonely. You miss them. I know you do. Boy, I tell you about that pride, that pride, that pride. Now I'm gonna need y'all to invest in some travel organizers. So Gucci, Shantae, Sophia, and JJ, because you cannot be sitting here on national television wrapping up your phone chargers and everything else and putting them in freezer bags. I saw one behind you on the dresser through the mirror and one you was using. I cannot believe y'all got that big old lavish, humongous house with a pool, all these trucks, all this hair grease and balls and barrettes. And when it come to traveling, So Gucci, come on now. You can live in the country, be from the country, but you don't have to be country. I'm gonna need you guys to go on Amazon and get you some travel organizers, okay? You can get any color to match your suitcase, match your luggage. Stop playing. That's tacky, but we are talking. Well, I like Jay. I'm not. Yeah, it's tacky. Anyway, Letitia's happy that her trip went well and the was successful, and she hopes all these great vibes go back with them to the MISSISSIPPI. So Essie is coughing and hacking all over Marie's office. Sorry, Essie. She has lupus and her lungs are half working. So she's in treatment and she's preparing to, she's waiting on a transplant. So she looks well, but she's sick. And it really hurts Marie to see this because, this is her girl, like her sister. So they're getting ready for Marie's graduation party because, honey, now Miss Marie Monroe is Dr. Marie Monroe. Okay. She just got her doctor's degree from Oklahoma State University, whatever. And so Letitia, because she calls her Letitia, stops by. Marie still wants to know where her banner and her promotional items went at that brunch because they were not up and displayed like everybody else's. Letitia says she gave her items to an unknown person. She's like, I don't know who you gave them to. Everybody else had somebody put theirs up. And it's like, clearly they didn't make it down there to where they were because I can't see why somebody just wouldn't help put them up, or someone would advise, her manager would advise someone to put it up. So they didn't make it. So I'm assuming, I'm going to go ahead and just say this. I think Latrice threw them away. I think Latrice got rid of them. And I'm going to stick to that because, Latrice is a little, you should know she slipped away and she went through that stuff away. Latrice. Letitia says the doctor could not find anything in her biopsy for her mammogram. So that's good. So these are two things that we are celebrating, you guys. That's why this is a 10. This episode was a 10. Child, a lot of great things happened this episode. So Selena goes over to Star's house and meets with the other two daughters because they are starting a boutique called 4S Collection. Because those girls love fashion. They love outfits. She don't call it fashion or clothing. She call it outfits. They love outfits. So they have launched their outfit boutique. And they are just loving picking out outfits and selling you guys their outfits. Oh, goodness. She tells them about her father leaving the brunch early when Selena got there. The youngest, Sanjay, she was like, well, you know what? Y'all both are in the picture and, y'all need to be cordial, And so Selena says, JJ is just stubborn and her presence disturbs him. Uh-huh. So there's some unresolved little bitterness there. Probably first love, first wife, first this, got the 3 kids. There's some tension there that hasn't been resolved because when you break up young, you're just mad and angry and don't want to resolve nothing. So it just festers and you just, it spreads. Now, so Gucci is involved and she ain't had nothing to do with it. You know what I'm saying? And the kids, it's not their fault either, but here we are. So she tells him about the talk. And so she calls So Gucci Shantae, honey. The Bells will call her Sophia because that's her government. But honey, the family call her Shantae. So they like, was she genuine? Have y'all talked? Has she texted you since then? And I'm like, what are y'all saying? They're not friends. They're not sisters. They are ex-wives and wives. They are nothing. What do you mean have they? So they don't think she was being genuine in her apology because she ain't kept up with their mama. Girl, they not finna go to lunch in the nail shop and go traveling. They're not homies. They're just trying to work things out because of you guys. You guys need to be talking and texting your 2 mamas, okay? Not the 2 mamas. They just need to be cordial. The young one just said that. Y'all need to be cordial. Now you talking about, well, has she texted you? Is she calling you? Are y'all going on a date? Y'all gonna go shopping? Are you guys gonna go to Europe? Are you gonna go to the spa? Are you gonna go shopping? Are you gonna go thrift shopping? Like, no, they're not. You supposed to be doing that with your daddy. So now she oh, so the kid, what the kid said, well, she probably just apologized to not make it awkward. Girl, it's been awkward. It's been awkward since when y'all was on that dance show. It's been awkward. Everybody's awkward because JJ is holding all the awkwardness. Him and them faux ponytails. I bet you if he get a new look, he'll feel different and he'll love everybody. But he don't have it for Selena, and that's fine. So Selena's now having second thoughts now that she listened to 3 little kids that she raised. I mean, they seem smart, but Selena, you was there. You felt the energy. That girl hugged you so good. I felt it through the TV. You got these 3 girls. They over there they don't like So Gucci, so they're not gonna say nothing nice about her. They don't like her. Okay, they don't like Shantae because they won't even call her So Gucci. They call her Shantae. They just want their relationship with their father. And JJ, what's up? What's happening, bruh? I know you missed them 3 girls. Daddy, daddy. Don't nobody call you daddy but them. D calls you Mr. J. Who's calling you daddy? Besides So Gucci at night, I'm sure. Okay. So Gucci goes walking with her daughter, and pretty much she's telling her about the talk with Selena because that's the hot topic. And honey, D is like, bump that. I don't care about you and Selena and them 3 girls. Well, she do like Star. I don't care about all that. Y'all been funking for so long. I don't even know why y'all funking. I was like, D, talk your talk, girl. So she says, what I need from you is support. Me and my brother. And I was like, who is her brother? Does So Gucci she don't ever talk about a son. Does So Gucci have 2 kids? I don't know, because if the kid is not So Gucci's child, why would D bring him up in this conversation? So Gucci has to have a son. But anyway, I was just wondering, what y'all think? Do y'all know, besties? So she said, I don't know how to support you. So D was like, you support me just like how you support JJ. That's how you need to support me, mamas. Support me just like that. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And what do you mean you don't know how to support your child? You should be all in her face now. The girl tried to unalive herself and straight up told you, I need your support. The reason why you found me on that bridge is because I'm not being supported. And of course, Sophia, So Gucci, Shantae knows what she's done because she has no problem telling us that she wasn't there. She wasn't no kind of mama. She was running behind JJ and blah, blah, blah. So she apologizes again. They're going to move forward. So over here at Latrice's, she's at the Goddess Links, the new spot with her manager. They're getting ready for her grand openings with an S on the end because she's going to do the Goddess Links grand opening, and then she's going to walk across the street and have her grand opening for Taste. But Taste is not finished. It's not up to par to where she wants it. So she's thinking of having a soft opening, like a mixer, and just invite 50 people there. So the manager's like, that's not going to work. How you going to invite everybody to Goddess Links and then tell 50 people to come down the street? Like the other people not going to see where they're going because they're going to look like they're going to walk to Taste because it's just down the road. So Cliff walks in. Oh, so then she was talking about maybe she won't invite the Bells to the Taste. So Cliff walks in and he's like, oh yes, you inviting the Bells, they have to come. He was like, we on a show, girl. We gonna get our check. Carlos King will dock us if those Bells don't come. So then he was like, Marie can come because she made you a burger. What? Cliff said, oh no, she can come. You eating her food. And so the manager says, "Oh, wait, Marie is cooking for you. Well, why don't you put that on the menu? Have your burger, call it the Marie burger." And Latrice was like, "Absolutely not." And I was like, "That would be cute. Just onions in the bun." What? So Latrice asked Cliff why was he planning Glenn's birthday party the same day as both of the grand openings. He said, "Because I gave him my word." Child, Latrice, you will never compete with the Glenn and the Cliff. That bromance is stronger than your marriage, honey. Cliff said, "My man, my man, my man, and I'm going to stick beside him. He's a good man, Savannah." You can't come in between them. Don't even try, honey. So she feels Cliff is taking away her shine, having his party for Glenn. So the manager is like, "Wait, let's make it make sense." So he like, "Okay, I'm gonna need you to be fully present at both things. So we just gotta do some time management and it could all work out." So they like, "Okay, bet. That's your job. Make it work. Make it work." And so we see his name is Ken. She was calling him Kenneth. So I guess he took the place. What was her last friend, the gay guy that was running the salon? He got out of town. I heard he moved to Tennessee, honey. Y'all hear that boing that the water's doing? After that reunion, had that little boy crying. Honey, he ran away from the whole state of Mississippi fooling with Latrice and Cliff. Cliff ran him about the state, honey. So now it's the day of Sophia's health fair, and looks like Akeisha's hosting it. She's helping her, that's her girl. So the day of, they're talking about, the talk that she had with Dee. And Akeisha's like, "Girl, you got this. We gonna do this. We gonna thug through it." Because So Gucci's doing a little crying. And she talking about JJ and all his drama. And so she says, I've been mending relationships. I need to mend my relationship with my daughter. Exactly. The D is no longer silent. That's why I like the title. Because she said, "I need your support, period, point blank, and the period." So looks like everyone is in attendance except for Marie. It's the Sunset Glow Health Fair, and she has a panel full of doctors, therapists, personal trainers, and such and such. And so the fair was great, very great. Even Letitia got up and asked a question about how do you present mental health to someone who may need it and not make them feel bad. One of the professionals explained to her, and that was that. Cliff and Latrice, afterwards, Cliff and Latrice gave very great compliments to So Gucci about how great the fair was. Then here comes God darn it. He's saying he was so upset about leaving that brunch early because his ex was there. He telling this to Letitia. Letitia's like, "I can't control how you feel about my brunch, but I invite who I want to my brunch." And Selena been coming to my brunches. You the new booty at the brunch, okay? He was like, "Well, you knew she was coming, but didn't tell me." And she says, "I know who I invited, not who was gonna show up." Like, what's JJ? This is her first brunch out of. I don't think it's her first brunch out of the state, right? Didn't she say how she hasn't she said she travels for these brunches? Hasn't she traveled before? But anyway, let's just say New Orleans was her first. This is her first time. You don't know who's coming out the state. Wasn't it a 2-hour drive or something like that? So Latrice tells them about the grand opening. She's like, okay, we're not going to get into all that. Hey, y'all, my grand openings are coming up. Look for the details in the mail. So they cheers to them about their, the hair links, goddess links, and opening up a restaurant. How awesome is that? And how awesome is that to have both businesses close to each other so you can get to both, in case something happens, you can be like, "I'll be back," go up the street, come back. Hey, it works out. So Over at Marie's graduation party, honey, she walks in. She looked cute. She always get the cutest clothes. They clapping it up for Dr. Marie Monroe, and you know her sis Bestie Essie is hosting, and Tambra gets up to speak, and her big little cousin gets up next, and I'm like, oh boy, okay, hi. Now, what does she have on? She was more dressed up at the park than she was at this girl's graduation party. A t-shirt and some jeans, but honey, she had them lashes on, and that ponytail was ponytailing, honey. Duh. Where were the clothes, cousin? So she gets up there and says how she pretty much always has told Marie that when they were little that she was gonna grow up and be somebody, and she did. So Glenn and Letitia comes next, and you can tell that Glenn does not like Letitia, and I'm gonna tell y'all why. They walk down the street. Letitia is on the outside of the sidewalk. She's close to the street, and her man is walking on the inside of the sidewalk, and that's very incorrect. And I do not like seeing that. Your man is supposed to be walking on the outside of the sidewalk. So just like how you saw JJ and So Gucci, that was the proper way to walk down the street with your woman. You on the outside, she's on the inside. She turns in, he slaps her on the butt. He loves his So Gucci, honey. So then they get inside. Glenn over there looking like he got a chip on his shoulder, because he do. I said, oh, he go over there and grab JJ from this guy. He was like, nice to meet you, but I got to talk to Jay. All right, holler at you. So he like, I don't like the way you came at Letitia at the health fair. And I'm like, well, why didn't you pull him to the side then? Don't act like no passive aggressive little girl now, Glenn. Man up now. If you don't like something, you should have said something then. You should have said something then. Why would you walk away mad at a guy? But you don't no. Glenn does like JJ, right? He just don't like. Does Glenn like? I don't. Okay, I believe Glenn don't like neither one. Anyway, whatever. Because how can you not like JJ? He's so cool. And Letitia, I'm gonna say this one more time. You should have had JJ hosting and greeting at your brunch, dummy. You did not need his wife there, his ex-wife doing it. He would have been a hoot speaking to all them people. They would have loved JJ. So anyway, he over there like, so then here come the women. No, y'all go back on over there. We gonna talk. What y'all talking about? I'm just saying, JJ, if you got a problem, you come to me. Shut your little Glenn, ain't nobody thinking about you. Be quiet. Whatever. You ain't even got no job. JJ don't respect you, bro, because you ain't got no job. He don't respect you. He will never come to you. Your wife is more man than you'll ever be. So Letitia's like, it was a business expo. Be cool. Don't worry about it. Okay. So Gucci put her hand out and was like, I appreciate that. But put your hand down, though, girl. Put your hand down. You already got lumped on at the other brunch. Put your hand down. But when we have convos in private, they're totally different than when your husband is around. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. After the convo in New Orleans, I was ready to move forward. Good, but your husband is revisiting the conversation. Yeah, but we're done. We're two different people. What that mean? What that means, So Gucci? So whatever was said, it was erased from my history, my mind, and I don't care. Letitia, stop acting so hard, because you are not hard. You love to cry. Did y'all notice Letitia didn't cry in this episode? She has cried in every episode but this one. Shut up, crybaby. So what is this? This is not appropriate at my party. I hope they get this together and get to partying, because this is my graduation party. This is so inappropriate. Oh, Dr. Marie Monroe, I know you ain't talking the way you used to cut up at Letitia's brunches. Honey, you have cut up something bad. You cut up at the brunch. You cut up in the bathroom of the brunch. You cut up at the park. Oh, you be cutting up. I know you the last one to be talking about somebody's inappropriate behavior, honey. Don't get no degree and now you didn't forgot. Oh, let me guess. You don't live there no more. You changed because you're a doctor now. You don't live there no more. We haven't, and we still do. And we still know what you did. And we still say that you ain't got no room to talk because you just asked at the park, can I go now? JJ said, well, you know, this was my first brunch, and I don't even feel like talking about Cliff's ex. Chad, the way I hollered. No, he did not throw this back. So that is what the problem is. Clearly, I'm just going to assume, because I don't remember them interviews when Selena came on to the scene. I'm just going to assume that JJ is still tripping off of maybe Selena cheating on him with Cliff. That's it. That's all. That's it right there. We ain't got to say nothing else. The end. We can end this review. So he was like, let's talk about something else. I don't talk about this. God darn it. And then he just, God darn it. That God darn it. I hope we get it together, God darn it. And we can talk, God darn it. We can smooth this thing out, God darn it. Because I can't, because Marie don't get along with Latrice. And and Glenn don't like Willie. And Glenn don't like Letitia. We just got to say, God darn it. We got to, God darn it, God darn it. We got to, God darn it. And that was that, y'all. Don't forget to like this video if you're still listening and haven't liked. What are you doing? Like the video. It ain't costing you one dime. Like the video. I'll see you in the next. And I'm going to let you guys know if I'm going to watch and review Love During Lockup because it's getting boring and draining. And that hour and a half, it's just, it just takes forever and it's boring. I never enjoyed Love During Lockup, but I know I still got to watch it if I'm going to review life and the love after lockup because this is where you learn about the couples. But I'll let you guys know if I review it. This weekend is my mom's birthday. I'm going to be busy. So if I do review it, it will come out no later than Tuesday afternoon sometime. And you know, I'm Pacific Standard Time. So if you're somewhere else, that might mean, you know, nighttime for you. But I'll let y'all know. I'm going to go watch it maybe. I don't know. If I do, I'll have it reviewed by Tuesday. And that's that on that. Bye, besties.